lazy. Me? It's a common belief that rabbits are lazy, that they hate to work. And if somebody could provide them their daily bread, then they would be the happiest creatures on earth. Let us read the story of Ralph Rabbit and decide for ourselves if this is true. Ralph had traveled all over the land, and he knew the elephant and the rhinoceros, the giraffe and the kangaroo, the deer and the zebra, the tortoise and the snake. But the animals lived so far from each other that none of them knew of the other's existence. They had never met or even seen each other. According to the elephant, it was the only animal on earth apart from the rabbit. And the giraffe and the rhinoceros and the tortoise, they all thought the same. Ralph had found a very big packet of corn in one of his wandering trips. He was fond of corn, but the seeds had to be planted. He went to the elephant and said,
"The corn needs planting. We animals should help one another. If you push down the trees to clear the ground, I will burn them."
Elephant agreed and set to work at once. He spent the whole day pushing down the trees with his huge head and body. It was hard work as there were many trees, and it took him the whole day to do it. By the end of the day, he had cleared the ground. Ralph then went to Giraffe and said,
"I have done all the hard work uprooting the trees to clear the ground. Now if you burn off all the timber, we will be ready to plant the corn. Rainy season is not too far away."
Giraffe readily agreed. She burned off all the fallen timber, wondering how little Ralph could manage to flatten so many trees single-handedly. The rains came and the ground was ready for sowing. Ralph went again to the elephant and said,
"If you do the sowing, I'll do the hoeing."
This was easier than pushing down the trees, so Elephant did that happily. Then Ralph went to Giraffe and said,
"I've done the sowing. Now it's your turn to do the hoeing."
Giraffe did that without complaining. Ralph kept a close watch as the corn grew nice and tall. When the golden cobs began to glisten in the sun, he went to the elephant and said,
"The corn is now ready. If you reap it, I will gather it. But be careful, there's another animal called Giraffe who loves ripe corn. She may steal it."
The elephant kept a watch for the giraffe as he went about reaping the corn with his long tusks. But of the giraffe, he saw neither the neck nor the nose. Then Ralph went to Giraffe and said,
"I've reaped all the corn and now I'm tired. It needs to be gathered, but keep a lookout for the elephant. He's sure to steal the cobs. He loves corn so much."
So Giraffe set about gathering the cobs and piled them into huge stacks. But all the while she caught no glimpse of the trunk or tail of the elephant. Ralph had worked up a huge appetite by now. He told Giraffe,
"Tomorrow we will have a feast. But I'm afraid the elephant might try to steal our corn."
"He'll regret it if he even tries to come near the field." Saying this, Giraffe went away, agreeing to meet Ralph the next morning for the feast. Then Ralph called on the elephant and said,
"I've gathered all the cobs. and we will have a feast tomorrow. I just hope Giraffe does not come around stealing our corn. We have worked so hard for it.
She'll regret it if she even tries to come near the field,"
said Elephant, swinging his trunk. Ralph had decided that he would get up early morning and help himself to as much corn as possible. The elephant and the giraffe would just blame each other for the theft. But Ralph overslept. He had become so tired going to and fro from elephant to giraffe and from giraffe to elephant that he just could not wake up on time. When he reached the field, Giraffe was already there. Ralph had to quickly think of another plan.
Oh my God! Look! The elephant's coming!
Where? Giraffe looked in the direction Ralph was pointing. Where's the elephant?
There!
Said Ralph, pointing to the mountain. Over that mountain?
Mountain? What mountain? That is elephant!
"Oh my God! We cannot fight a mountain like that!"
Giraffe panicked, and before she could flee in the opposite direction, she fainted. Ralph took this opportunity to have his breakfast. He helped himself to as much corn as he could have in one meal, and then tossed the chewed cobs all around. Soon he spotted the elephant ambling towards the field. Elephant was looking all around him for corn thieves.
"Seen any sign of that giraffe?"
he asked Ralph, and Ralph nodded, his head furiously.
Yes, she was here! See, she has already started on our corn. She loved it so much, she has gone to call her maid. So together they can finish off the lot.
"Oh my God! How dare she! Didn't you scare her away?"
Elephant was very angry. Ralph began to tremble.
Who, me? How can I fight such a big creature? It's a gigantic giraffe.
Elephant scorned.
"She may be a giant for you, but surely not too big for me to handle. I can bet on that."
Ralph's mind was working overtime. He wanted to find some way to describe the giantness of the giraffe. His eyes fell on the giraffe herself as she lay faint on the ground.
See? That's her guitar. You can now get an idea as to how big she would be.
Elephant was horrified.
"That's her guitar? Let me disappear before she makes a drum out of me."
Saying this, Elephant walked away as fast as his big feet would carry him. Soon after, Giraffe came around. Getting up slowly from the ground, she told Ralph,
"I never really cared too much for corn. You eat as much as you can, my friend, before that elephant gets here. See his size, big as a mountain? Whoever wants to meet him."
She trotted away in the other direction as fast as her long legs could carry her. Ralph got all the time to laze around in the sun and eat corn to his heart's content. As he perched himself on the heap of corn, he began to wonder why God made elephants so big and giraffes so tall,
but gave all the brains to
rabbits.
An African Folk Tale.